everybody, I am BlackOpsAmazing, welcome back to another zombies video, and today we have a very interesting topic to talk about. The bald guy in the First Strike poster. Is this Richtofen? Is this GERSH? Who the hell is this? Now, this has been out for years and years, and it's not something we've really looked into, but it's definitely been there. There's definitely been controversy surrounding this. God damn, I'm getting my words mixed up already, but if you do enjoy the video, a like rating would be much appreciated. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. Let's get into it. So recently, Mr. Waffles did an interview with Jason Blundell where he asked the question, is the bald guy in the First Strike poster Richtofen? And at first, Jason said, no, it isn't, which was a big surprise, but a few seconds later, he changed his answer and said pass, basically saying he's not gonna answer this. And then he was also asked the question, did the bald guy in the Ascension poster come into contact with a radioactive beacon, which caused him to lose his hair? And once again, Jason Blundell said pass. Now, going back to that first question where he all of a sudden just said no, he was asked the question if the bald guy in the First Strike poster, the one you can see on screen now, this character to the left, if this was Richtofen, and Jason Blundell said no. Now, there's always been speculation as to who this is, but in the end, I think a lot of people just settled with the fact that this was Richtofen. Now, you can see this character is clearly bald. We know Richtofen isn't bald in the game, and in fact we've never seen Richtofen bald throughout Call of Duty Zombies, but for some reason in the First Strike poster we see this bald character, and it only makes sense that it is Richtofen. Obviously you can see the other three characters, Takeo, Dempsey and Nikolai, so it would make sense for this to be Richtofen. You can see if you match his clothing and his facial features, those scars on his face, if you match this bald character up with what Richtofen looks like, you can see they are very similar. The clothing, the belt, the scars on the face, you can see it does match up almost perfectly with Richtofen. One thing besides obviously his hair, I would say, is that this character's face, this bald guy, his face looks a bit fatter. It looks a bit more filled out, whereas Richtofen's is more structured, and this guy looks a lot more bigger built than Richtofen would actually be. But even if this was Richtofen, that doesn't explain why he is bald. Now, Jason Blundell was asked the question if this bald guy lost his hair because of the radioactive beacon, because in the Giant, Dempsey says this.
Hey, other me. If you're hearing this, then it means that something's gone foobar. We're going to plan B. Stick to that crap bastard like glue. We need to find out what the hell he has been doing and what he's going to do. We may be able to get a fix on your location if you can trigger one of the paradox visualizations. Good luck. We're all counting on you. Oh, wait. Whatever you do, don't get too close to the radioactive beacon. It makes your hair fall out.
He basically tells his future self before he goes to the Giant to not touch the radioactive beacon because that will make you lose your hair. That is one of the side effects. And so you could assume that this poster shows that somewhere along the line, Richtofen touched one of these radioactive beacons, which could have caused him to lose his hair, hence why you see him bald in the First Strike poster. But all of that now seems irrelevant because, as Jason Blundell says, this isn't Richtofen. Now, I am slightly hesitant on this because you could see he quickly changed his mind. Instead of saying no, this isn't Richtofen, he said pass, he doesn't want to answer this. So was it possible that he messed up, that he didn't know what Mr. Waffles was on about, and he just thought, bald guy, zombie storyline, that's clearly not Richtofen, so he said no. Maybe he got confused, and so later on changed his mind to pass, which we knew would now leave us speculating. So it very well could be Richtofen. Maybe he messed up. As like I said, he does change his answer. But we know Jason knows a lot about the zombie storyline. In fact, I would hope he knows what we are on about with this bald guy in the First Strike poster. So if he meant what he said by saying this bald guy isn't Richtofen, then who exactly is this? Now, I have to say this poster isn't true to the gameplay we get in Ascension. We don't get the Wonderwaff in Ascension, what you can see Dempsey holding in this poster. Neither do we get the Winter's Hull, what you can see Takeo holding. And we also don't see Nova Crawlers in Ascension as well, but you can see them in the poster. So it's clear that things in this poster are not in the game. And the same thing can be said for this bald character. Who exactly is this, and is he actually in the game? Now, this character could be GERSH. GERSH we know is a Soviet scientist that is trapped inside of the Casimir mechanism. In Ascension, the Easter egg is about freeing GERSH. GERSH worked alongside Yuri on Project Mercury and Project Thunder. He oversaw the project and was the team leader in building the Thunder Gun, and he also built the GERSH device. In the First Strike poster, we see this character is holding the Thunder Gun, so could this be GERSH, the creator, holding this weapon? Like I said, things we see in this poster are not in the game. And one other thing we don't see in the game is GERSH. GERSH is a soul that is trapped in the Casimir mechanism. We never actually see him, but we do hear him. And at the end of the Easter egg, we free his soul, and we find out in Zetsuba no Shima that his soul is now floating around the universe and is ended up in Stalingrad, where we might actually meet him in DLC 3. Other than being GERSH, who else could this be? Honestly, I have no idea. A lot of things in this don't make sense. Just the fact that this character is wearing Richtofen's exact clothing. He's got Richtofen's scars on his face, although they do look like they are in a little bit of a different position. Or maybe there's one extra scar or one less, I can't quite tell. But nevertheless, this character has the same features, besides from looking just a little bit buffer, you know, a bit bigger than what Richtofen does. You can't take away from the fact that this does look like Richtofen, but this character is bald. This has never been explained to us. Before, you could have said that Richtofen could have touched the radioactive beacon, which caused him to lose his hair sometime before Ascension, which is why we see him like this in the First Strike poster. But when we play as Richtofen in the game, he has hair. You have to admit, it is very, very weird. And for that reason, I think Jason Blundell meant it when he said that this isn't Richtofen. This is in fact someone else. I think it very well could be GERSH. And for the fact that GERSH is now being brought back into Black Ops 3 Zombies, hopefully in DLC 3 we'll actually get a proper answer to this. But let me know who you think it is down in the comments section below. Is it Richtofen? Is it GERSH? Is it someone else? If it's Richtofen, why has he lost his hair? But then again, Jason said it isn't Richtofen, so if it isn't him, then why does it still look like Richtofen, except from his baldness? Why is he still wearing Richtofen's clothing? You have to admit, this is very confusing. But there we go, guys. Thank you for watching the video. Hopefully you have enjoyed. Hopefully we can get this solved very, very soon. Leave all your ideas in the comment section, and I'll try and reply to you all down below there. Hit that like button if you have enjoyed the video. Let's share this around, and make sure you also subscribe for daily Zombies videos. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Thank you, and goodbye.